Is it just me, or do we all fall into the habit of trying to do everything ourselves? Whether it's that tough maths question at school that honestly we have no clue what we're doing, but we refuse to ask the teacher for help. Or whether we're trying to figure out why we're hitting our backhand so and we're going around in circles in our head trying to figure it out, but we refuse to ask the coach for advice. We try to do so many things ourselves. Why is that? Are we taught this from a young age? Are we taught to be independent at all costs? It's something that I've thought about a lot recently, and there have been a few instances in the last month that have taught me the value of getting help from others and opening up our minds to advice. At the start of January, my girlfriend and I were looking for a place to stay in Mallorca for the week. Now, I'm notoriously bad for accepting help, especially when it comes to booking hotels and Airbnbs, because it's kind of what I do week in, week out. You know, I'd consider myself the Airbnb king. Now, we were on FaceTime one evening and my girlfriend asked if I needed any help to look for places. And normally I'd just say no because, you know, I am the Airbnb king. But in this instance I said, yeah, sure, I could do with some help. In my mind I was thinking there's absolutely no chance she's going to be able to find a better place than I can. So the next evening we're on FaceTime and she sends through this gorgeous studio apartment that was cheap as chips and far better than anything I'd found online. All I'd found was like a private room in a manor house that reminded me of Fawlty Towers.
Are these Germans too?
Oh, yes, but I can do it.
Right. Here's the plan. I'll stand there and ask them if they want something to drink before the war. Before their lunch.
It's funny, sometimes we close ourselves off to help because we think we know better, because we think our way is the best way. Whereas sometimes if we open ourselves up to help, we find new solutions, better alternatives, ways of doing things that we never thought of before. Why is it that we try and do everything ourselves? Are we scared of feeling stupid for having to ask? Do we think we're worthless for not knowing the answer to a question? Why do we spend 30 minutes messing around on Apple Maps trying to find that cafe with the Insta-famous avocado and toast, when we could just ask a local and be directed straight to it? I think we've been conditioned to believe that being independent is the ultimate goal, that being self-sufficient is the most valuable characteristic, being able to be financially independent as soon as possible, creating that business yourself online, and having that do-it-all-yourself mentality. Whereas in reality, the most successful people on the planet are the ones that are interdependent. They're the ones that hire the team of experts to do the job better, or ask for the advice and opinions of others in order to find a more effective solution. Interdependence is the ultimate goal, not independence. In his book The 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss talks about how he outsourced massive amounts of his daily work and automated his business to run itself so that he had time to travel the world and do the things that he loves. The reality is, if we want to be successful, but can't accept help and have to micromanage every aspect of our business or life, then we'll be working 14-hour days before we know it. We may have a large bank balance and a nice house to come home to at night, but we'll have no time to spend with our family, kids, or the other things that we love. The dream of having money is about the freedom that it gives us. Where's the freedom in working 14-hour days? At the start of the year in Mallorca, every morning we'd get into the routine of a friend of mine cooking omelettes for all 5 of us at the house. And he'd do it this certain way where he'd cook the eggs first, cook the vegetables separately, and then just put the vegetables in the middle and fold the omelette over. Now I'd do it a completely different way, and I thought, you know, my way's the best way. I'd put the vegetables in first, cook them, and then put the egg and mix it all in so that it's all combined. So Johnny was doing this for the first 4 days, and to be fair, they were really good omelettes, but in the back of my mind, I thought, my way's still better. So on like the 3rd or 4th day, Johnny done like 4 omelettes for everyone. And I said, oh, Johnny, you go and sit down, I can make my own omelette, it's fine. So I took my vegetables, put them in, combined them with the egg, and honestly, my omelette turned out to be the biggest disaster. Disaster. And from that moment I was like, wow, maybe my way isn't the best way. Maybe I can learn some things from others. If we really want to be successful, we need to open our minds to advice, even if we think our way is the best way. We need to understand that not knowing something and asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. And the reality is, when we open our eyes and ears to new alternatives and accept help from others, we end up bonding with people too. No longer are we the person that goes about our business in a silent and lonely way. We're more social and we connect with the people around us, and we get a helping hand in whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. Our challenge is to start implementing this advice today. Let's not just sit and watch this video without taking action. It doesn't have to be big things. Start small. Next time we're cooking dinner, ask for some help chopping the vegetables. Or when we're trying to get that worldy pic with the missus, ask a stranger instead of faffing around trying to balance our phone on the wall with a self-timer. So if there's one message to take from this video, it's this. Don't feel like it's a sign of weakness or stupidity to get help from others. Interdependence is the ultimate goal, and not independence. Thanks for watching.